Um, I think a lot of it goes into the fact that it's something very new. The marketing space with StorkCard is we're kind of stuck in the middle of a triangle where at the top you've got, blockchain, crypto, fintech, business side, tech crunch sort of world. And then down here on this side of the triangle, you've got cute babies, Instagram, the kind of parenting world. And then you've got the social impact world over here, which is family finance and making sure that, people are progressing forward and really helping people. So within that space, we kind of bounce around between those 3 points all the time. And there's nobody else that has that mix of things. There's lots of times the fintech media hear things about, oh, yep, it's another card. Oh, yep, it's another robo advisor, where we are very, very different. Where at the core, we're those things. But as I said before, like the banking stuff is boring. It's what it does for you and how it helps your lifestyle that's important and what people focus on. So the fact that we brought that front and center was really, really refreshing for a lot of publications. And the social impact side as well was really, really important to make sure that, people could really get behind it. And the fact that we really were focused on making things better for families instead of just kind of churning out another unicorn.
Fair enough. And so, in terms of obviously, I think we were discussing this before, but I thought it was actually it's actually quite a good little story about how you actually came up
Yeah,
with the brand name and the actual logo itself. Just moving away from PR.
yeah. So the brand itself, we were very focused on trying to make it as relevant as possible, trying to make it not seem like a bank. Because as I said, banks are boring. We need to seem like something more. We need to seem like that helping hand, which under the hood, when you open up all the hatches, just happen to be a banking institution underneath. So within that, we kind of thought, right, well, let's think about what is a helping hand? What is in that situation when you're having kids? We want it to be slightly traditional, but then we can put a new face on it and modernize it. And we settled on the stork. I always think about storks and I think about the stork from Dumbo, and he's quite a cool character. So we got rid of the long legs and we started to build it all through. We got a really nice marketing agency to help us out with that, a very good mum focused one. It's called Mothers of Innovation was their name, and just the title says it all. So we were hooked from the first meeting, and we went through on there.
No, that's awesome. Because you were saying quite a bit about diversity within the company as well.
Yeah, it's something which we focused on from the beginning because we're quite aware that it's one of our weaknesses. We started as a founding team, we're kind of both male, white, London based people, and it's not particularly diverse, which means that we're missing out on all of those ideas, all of those perspectives, and all those voices in the room. So, in all the recruitment we've done since, and all of the advisory boards we've been doing as well since, kind of everyone involved in StorkCard, we're really keen to get those other voices in so that we can, represent and understand as much of our user base as possible. So a big thing we're doing there is we've got a partnership with Toynbee Hall, who is a charity out in Whitechapel. We do focus groups with them all the time and like make sure that we bring in the local community and as many different diverse cultures as we can who are users of StalkCard to see how they use it, how they think about it, how their families deal with having kids, and how different cultures help people in the family with different kids, who are going through that experience. And that really helps us work through the use cases and work through different parts of the company to make it work as well as possible.
Awesome. And obviously, in terms of the marketing approach you've been taking to recruit new customers as well, what has been your process as you've continued? Because obviously, you were doing a lot of testing the market with your beta users and beta testers by accessing, Facebook groups and the like, conversing with parents. What's been your continued, I suppose, marketing tricks and techniques that you've been using to recruit more and more customers on board and get them all on board?
With early startup marketing, the major risk is to kind of start with the Facebook hash pipe because once you get too addicted to paid marketing, it just becomes a massive bane till later on. You raise some money, you give it to Facebook. You raise some money, you give it to Facebook. And, the investors might as well just give it to Facebook and skip the middleman. PPC has its place. So I don't think there's anywhere else in any other channel where you can get copy feedback as quickly. So you brainstorm and you think about a new way of thinking about StalkCard that will pull people in. And you kind of go, right, well, how do we test this in 6 hours, whether it's a hit or not? put together a Facebook ad campaign, you'll know in 6 hours. However, it's not sustainable. The real key to StorkCard going through is to build up that virality, to build up a way that people recommend them to each other. So, the default thing with fintechs is, you've got a whole lot of people out for a coffee and it comes to payment time and everyone slaps their cards down onto the table to split the bill. Now, I mean, that is the real key way that fintech has marketing virality, which no one else really has. But obviously, you need to have really engaged customers. You need to have people meeting up in the right way to do it. It's relatively slow. So, partnerships are the real way that we see the future of doing this. So whether that is making sure we partnership with big mum brands like Mumsnet, or whether we deal with Toynbee Hall, or whether we deal with NCT, for example, which is a really big parenting charity which sets up WhatsApp groups for different parents when they're starting out. That will really help us boost that virality and make sure that we pull people in. And the other thing is, by the nature of our product being a joint account, it by itself brings different people in. You come into the app and you set up a StorkCard account, and now it's time to add your partner. Now it's time to add other people in your family. So it's making sure that the growth loop within the product itself is as viral as possible. So you're kind of covering all those bases.